Hello all, let us start the lesson. One small announcement for you. So today onwards, for few days, I will just start in the class at 6 to 7 a.m. only. And after few days, maybe after 3 4 days, I will take to start the Angular 4 parallelly. So 6 to 7 will be the Angular JS, and 7 to 7:30 will be Angular 4. And after completion of the Angular JS 1, then we can take Angular 2 and 4 in a full time. I mean, 1.5 hours. So that's why presently for a few days I will take 6 to 7 a.m. 1 hour class only. Okay. And in the last class we have seen validations and other concepts. Today I'm going to start. On one more thing, Abhilash, have you talked to your management? Hello, Abhilash. Abhilash, are you there? Hello, Abhilash, are you there?
హలో
Yeah, Abhilash, have you talked to your management?
మాట్లాడండి
ఏమన్నారు?
చెప్తామని చెప్పారు అంతే. రిప్
ఓకే. నాకు ఏమి ఇంటిమేట్ చేయలేదు మరి.
అవునా, అది నేను రికార్డింగ్స్ గురించి కూడా అడిగాను. నేను చెప్పాను వాళ్ళకి అని అన్నారు అనమాట. మళ్ళీ నాకు ఏం లేదు. ఇప్పుడు కాల్ చేస్తాం మళ్ళీ.
రికార్డింగ్స్ మీకు రావట్లేదా ఇప్పుడు?
రావట్లేదన్న, ఒక 10 days అయింది.
లేదు, నన్ను అడిగారు, పీర్స్ వాళ్ళు నన్ను అడిగితే నేను పంపించాను. ఏంటంటే దానికి రికార్డింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసేది ఒకళ్ళు, ఆర్గనైజర్ అని ఉంటుంది, ప్రజెంట్ ఒకళ్ళు, అలా ఉంటుంది అనమాట. సో
ఓకే,
అందుకని ఏంటంటే నన్ను అడిగారు, లింక్ పంపించాను నేను. బట్ మీకు రాలేదు
నాకు
ఇంకా. మీ వరకు రాలేదు ఇంకా.
రాలేదు.
అదే. ఒకసారి దీనికి మెయిన్గా యాంగులర్ 4 గురించి అడగండి.
ఓకే ఓకే
ఓకే.
హర్ష
యా రజని.
హర్ష గారు, ఇంకొక క్వశ్చన్. నాకు యాక్చువల్గా నేను స్టార్ట్ అయిన ముందే క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయినట్టుంది కదా. దాంట్లో యాక్చువల్గా నేను రికార్డింగ్స్ నిన్న చూస్తుంటే, అంటే మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ముందే 24th ఐ గెస్ 25th క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ చేసినట్టున్నారు కదా.
అవును, ఒక 3 4 డేస్ ఉంది ఉన్నట్టు. మీరు లేట్గా జాయిన్ అయ్యారు. లైక్
ఓకే, అవి నాకు రికార్డింగ్స్ అన్ని ఉన్నట్టు లేవు. ఒకసారి చెక్ చేస్తారా? నాకు రికార్డింగ్స్ ఉన్నా నో ప్రాబ్లం, అంటే ఏదో ఒకటి నాకు కావాలి. ఎదురు అలా
ఓకే,
ఒకసారి చూడండి అన్ని కవర్ అయినాయో అన్ని.
ఓకే. అవి మీరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి జాయిన్ అయ్యారు? అది ఏ టాపిక్?
అది మీరు ఎన్జీ ఇవి ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఎన్జీ రిపీట్ అని, అది స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు అప్పుడు వచ్చినాను అనమాట.
ఓకే ఓకే, నేను యాంగులర్ చేసి స్టార్టింగ్ దగ్గర నుంచి మీకు చెక్ చేసి ఏమైనా మిస్ అయితే పంపిస్తాను.
మిస్ అయితే పెట్టండి. అంటే లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ కూడా ఫ్రైడేది కూడా ఒకసారి చూడండి, మళ్ళీ అప్డేట్ చేయండి. అది
ఫ్రైడేది ఆల్రెడీ అప్లోడ్ చేశాను కదా.
ఏమో 6 ఉన్నాయి దాంట్లో. 6 క్లాసెస్ మాత్రమే ఉన్నట్టున్నాయి దాంట్లో, అది లేదు. సో నాకు లేటెస్ట్ లింక్
1 minute.
ఈ 6 రికార్డింగ్స్ ఉన్నట్టున్నాయి. మీరు అంటే కొన్ని మిస్ అనిపిస్తున్నాయి.
లేదు, 7 8 9 10 11th ఓకే. ఒక సాటర్డే వీడియో అప్లోడ్ అవ్వలేదు. ఓకే, నేను పంపిస్తాను.
ఓకే ఓకే, అంటే ఇవే కదా, అంటే మొత్తం ఇన్ టోటల్ ఇవేనంటారా? ఇంకేమైనా మిస్ అయినామా?
అదే, మీరు ఎన్జీ యాప్ దగ్గర నుంచి వచ్చారు కదా, అంతకుముందు ఏమైనా 1 or 2 ఉంటే ఉండొచ్చు. అది నేను పంపిస్తాను చెక్ చేసి. ఫస్ట్ వాట్ ఈస్
ఓకే ఓకే
యాంగ్లర్
షూర్
చేసిన వాట్ ఈస్ యాంగ్లర్ చేసి మీరు వినలేదు అనుకుంటా కదా అవి అక్కడ నుంచి.
లేదు, అవి అవి వినలేదు.
ఓకే.
ఓకే ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. అంటే నాకు ఎదురు రికార్డింగ్స్ ఉన్నా కూడా నాకు క్వశ్చన్ వస్తే మిమ్మల్ని అడగొచ్చు కదా క్లాస్ లో అలా.
అవునవును. ఓకే.
కవరేజ్ ఉంటే చాలు.
అదే. ఓకే.
థ్యాంక్స్ అండి.
ఓకే. Okay, let's start. So in AngularJS, the next topic is AJAX. AJAX full form asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. AJAX stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. What is the use of the AJAX? The main use is sending a background request to server and getting background response from server. Okay, from the browser perspective, this sentence applicable. From the browser, we are making a background request to server, and from the server, we are getting a background response into the browser. This background request plus background response is called as AJAX. So, what is the reason why we have to send the background request and why we have to send the background response? So, now AJAX is everywhere in Google, Gmail, Facebook, in almost every website, in commercial, non-commercial, in social networking, in all types of websites, Ajax is there. The best example itself is Google. See, once I type something, when we press any character, automatically it is making a request to server. And from the server, this list of suggestions are coming back. This is what Ajax. So as soon as I type some character in the text box, automatically the text box value will be submitted to server in background. That response automatically will come from the server, and on the web page some result will be displayed. Exactly what's happening is in the browser some program will be there, in the server another program will be there. The browser based program is called as client side program, written by using JavaScript or jQuery or AngularJS, and server side programs are written by using server side technologies like .NET, Java, PHP. Anyone, either .NET or Java or PHP, anyone. Then, for example, you may imagine think of a Java program on the server side. So, in the client side, what's happening? Whenever the user types some character in the text box, automatically the text box value will be submitted as a data to the server. That sending the data is called as request. After sending the request to server, what's going on the server side? Some server side program will execute. On the server side program will execute. Suppose Java program is set, the Java program will execute. And after completion of the Java program, then it is making a response back to the browser. Suppose you are the browser and the server. So you have sent request to me and I have executed on the server and I'm providing some answer for you. That answer is just reaching you. Once the answer reaches you, that means once the response has been received by the browser, automatically some other code will execute in the browser, and that code will receive the data whatever the server has given. That data will be displayed in this place, in these results, these type of results. So based on this approach only, the Google search is working. Not only Google search, most of these searches like Facebook search, Gmail search, any search text box is the best example of Ajax. Not only searching, but also what's happening, suppose in IRCTC website, you will give, it's a IRCTC means it's a railway reservation website. So from station we are giving, to station we are giving, date of journey we are giving, and other details if any. Click on submit button. When we click on the submit button, In the same page, in a table format, all the list of trains and all the list of other information is coming. Train number, train name, and other details. So this is also an example of which one? Ajax. Here what's happening? Here there is a server-side program. So there is a server-side program, maybe suppose Java program. The submit button is making a request to server. Then on the server side, some database operations are going on. Necessary data is retrieved from the database. Then that data will be sent to the browser as a response. That response is displayed in a table format. So that is a completion of the task. In this way, most of the real-time tasks are being handled in Ajax. That's why nowadays for everybody, Ajax is a must knowledge. So how to implement this Ajax practically? So anyway, client-side program I will tell you, but server-side program should be created. I mean, this should be a combination of any one server-side program, any one Java program, .NET program, or PHP program, or Node.js. Anyone server-side a combination is required. Then only we can fulfill the requirement of Ajax. Without Java, .NET, PHP, or Node.js, we cannot fulfill the Ajax example because to after sending the request on the server side, there should be someone to receive the request. If there is no one, who will receive the request and who will provide the response also? That's why there should be a combination of server side program. And so presently I'm showing you an example of Node.js. Okay, I'm going to show an example of Node.js. I'm going to use the Node.js program as a server side. First, we have to install Node.js. In order to work with the Node.js, first we have to install Node.js. So we have to go to nodejs.org website and we have to go for the 9.1.0 current. Current means the as of now latest version, this one. And LTS means little bit older version, that is called long-term support version. Long-term support. That is a bit older version. So present latest version 9.1.0. Let's use this one. Okay, I'm going to download into downloads folder. And before than that, actually already in my system, I have installed Node.js earlier. Let me uninstall it first. In my control panel, I just going to uninstall my Node.js because in my system already it is installed. So by the way, what is the reason why we have to go for Node.js? Node.js is a server-side programming platform using which you are able to create the server-side programs. So why we are going to use this one here? Because Ajax program requires any combination of server-side program. Ajax is basically client-side only, but that client-side program will make a request to server-side program. So there should be a server-side program should be already created. Then only we can execute the Ajax. That's why we are going to install the Node.js. Okay, so after completion of Node.js and installation, then we are going to install Node.js. So we have to go to the downloads folder. Into the downloads folder only, we have downloaded that Node.js software, this one. Double click on that file, click on run, and it is just a easy installation only. We need not make any changes to the default settings. We just click on next kind of thing. So just welcome to Node.js setup is that it is saying. Click on next. I accept the terms in the license agreement. Check the checkbox and click on next. Again click on next. Again click on next. Install. Okay, now installation is completed. Just click on finish button. After installation, automatically it will install the software, that is in C colon program files Node.js. So this path will be automatically created as a part of the installation. Okay, anyways, I'm not going to go in detail of the what is Node.js and why we have to go for Node.js and all those things. Just as per the Ajax perspective, I'm going to tell how to just execute the Node.js program. Even Node.js program also already created. So this Node.js program also already have created, that is HTTP server.js. Of course, you can give any file name here. Let me open that. This one, this is a Node.js program actually. It is basically JavaScript language only extended by server-side programming libraries. So that's why you can see JavaScript related syntaxes like function or if, etc. etc. Anyways, so this is the Node.js program. I'm not going to explain the detail about all the statements. Just we are going to execute this program only. So, anyways, now our actual concept is Ajax. That means we have to learn the client-side programming, and before that, we have to copy paste that Angular.js file into current working folder. That is, just you can go to Angular. In this Angular folder, we can find that Angular.js file. So that file you can copy paste here. Okay, so Angular.js file is a predefined file. HTTP server.js is a user defined file, but it's a fixer already just made it ready available for you. So just you can use that. And after completion of this, we have to create the HTML file in the same folder. Let's go and create a new HTML file and save the file. File name should be index.html. Should be present in SQL and AngularJS folder. This folder. Now, so by this way, we have to collect how many files? 3 files we have to collect. Angular.js file is a predefined file which you copy paste from AngularJS extracted folder. Remaining are user defined files. Plus this one is a server side programming file. This one is a client side programming file. Finally, now actual program starts. We have to import angular.js file. After that, we have to write ngip equal to my module. Then at least one module should be created. Inside that module, at least one controller should be created. First, we are making a module, then controller, and in this controller, we are able to access the model. In this model, we have message equal to hello. Hello. Now, div ng controller equal to, what's the controller name? My controller. So this div tag becomes as a view. This view is binded to or connected to this controller. And as a combination of this controller and view, both of these are combinedly having a common model. So controller can access the model, view also can access the model. Now here I'm going to display the MSG value. So if you run this program, now you can see hello from client. Now this type of message I want to get from the server. I want to create a server side program and client side program. Client side program and server side program. This client side program wants to send request to server, and server side some program will execute, and after that some response has to come back to client. What is the response I'm expecting? Hello from server. So making a request, receiving the response. That's what Ajax is. So okay, making the request plus receiving the response. In between the request and response, the server side program will execute. Exactly this part will execute in our example. So if you make a request to get data, the response what we get is this one, response from server. Or I can say hello from server, whatever you wish. If you make a request to get data, the response what you're getting is this one. So remaining, like what is this response dot write, response dot set header, all these are related to Node.js. I'm not going to enter into much details about Node.js. Only one point I want to tell you, if you send request to this URL, this response you will get. But how to make a request? In order to make a request from the client side, in AngularJS particularly, inside that angular.js file, inside the angular.js file, there is a predefined service called $HTTP. Just like $scope, $root scope, etc., $HTTP is a predefined service in AngularJS. So remember a blind symbol, that is whenever the name is starting with dollar, whenever the name is starting with dollar, that is said to be a predefined item in AngularJS. So $HTTP, $valid, $invalid, all these are names are starting with the dollar. Okay, so in this $HTTP, we have some predefined functions, that is get, post, put, and delete. Get method is used to send a get request. What type of request? Get request. Post method or post function is used to send a post request. Put function is used to send a put request. Obviously, this one also delete request. So, what is exact meaning of get request, post request, and others? Use it to retrieve data from server. So, I don't want to modify the data at the server side, but I want to retrieve the data from server. I don't want to modify the data, but I want to receive the data, retrieve the data. For retrieving the data, we have to go for which one? Get. For example, I told an example of IRCTC website. I told an example of Google search. This is what? No data is being modified on the server side database. Only the necessary data we are going to retrieve from the server. Suppose you are the browser and the server. What you can do, you request me, give me list of trains from this station to this station are available on this particular date. Then I'm the server. I'm retrieving essential data from server database, and I'm providing the presenting the data for you. And just I'm giving the data. I'm not giving the HTML code. I'm giving only the data, pure data, not the HTML code. So whereas the client side program will receive the data, and based on that data, it will produce the necessary HTML tags to provide the output to the user. So in this case, only the data is being retrieved from server to client. So Google search also same kind of example only. Based on the search text box value, the necessary search results have to be given to the browser. So in other words, in a suppose some university website, I'm entering my hall ticket number, I'm getting the list of mark sheet. That is also an example of which one get only. Like this, there are plenty and very common examples are get. In all these cases, no modification of the data at the server side, only retrieval is happening. But post means inserting, used to insert data into server. Put means update data at server. Delete. Generally, what do you say? CRUD operations, you will say create, retrieve, update, delete. Means you can say retrieving, inserting, updating, deleting. Those are respectively get, post, put, delete. Post is called as insert, put is called as update, delete is called as deleting the data. These are the four functions available in $HTTP. That $HTTP is available in Angular.js. So finally, those are just available. We can use anything as per your requirement. So already we have imported that Angular.js file in our program. Just we have to say $HTTP directly. That means we are receiving $HTTP from this particular file. Now, initially this will be null. You can say message please wait. And after that, we want to make a request to server. So $HTTP dot what kind of request you want to make? Get request. See this $HTTP dot get. We are making a request to server. What kind of request we are making? Get request we are making. So once you make a get request on the server side program will execute automatically to receive the request. and also provide the response. But you have to mention the address, to which address you want to make a request. I want to make request to this address, get data. Once you make a request to server, on the server side program will execute. It will receive the request, send the response. What the response we are getting here? Hello from server. It's also time, system date and time we will get. So that message, whatever is sent there, should be received here. How to receive that? Then F1. What is the meaning of this F1? This function will execute as soon as the response is received successfully from the server. We are making a request, and once you make a request to server, there is no guarantee that response will come always. Once the request is sent, there is no guarantee that response will come always. Response may come properly or may not come properly. You may get some errors also. Without errors, if successfully the program executes, everything is perfect, response successfully received, at that time, automatically the callback function F1 will execute. Okay, this F1 will execute as soon as we got the response from the server. So here we can place one automatic argument called response. So this response variable will represent the data whatever we have received from the server. So you are thinking that directly from here to here it will go. So there is no direct connectivity between these two. There is no direct connection between these two. What happens is exactly on the server side program already available for us. Some server side program already available. This may be written by using Node.js or Java or else anything. So once you make a request to server, it will go to server side program. It will execute all the statements over top to bottom. All the statements completed. Then after completion, some last statement will produce the response, result value. That result value will be received by which one? F1. Here the response variable will represent the data whatever is sent in the server side. Suppose in the server side we said response to write of hello. That hello will come to the response variable here. But actually inside the response, some additional properties also available, like a status code, headers, etc. The actual response, what is coming from the server, is represented at response.data. This response.data property will represent the actual response message, whatever received from the server. Response will represent the actual response data, response.data, plus response.headers, plus response.status code. Additional details also available in the response. But if we want to represent the actual response, whatever we have received really, then we have to go for response.data. So this response.data you can display in message $scope dot message equal to response.data. That's it. Once we have assigned the data into MSG, the same will be automatically reflected here, right? That way output will come. But the problem is, if you double click on this index.html file, it will just keep saying please wait. Even if you notice here, right click inspect element, go to network, refresh the page also. So what happened? There is no any response. There is no request actually. That's why we have to execute this program through localhost. Do you know HTTP localhost? Some port number you will give. Through that way only, through localhost only, we have to execute this program. If you double click on the file, it will run through file protocol. As long as if you are using file protocol, the output will not come. That's why it is must to use a localhost in order to execute the Ajax programs. It is only for Ajax. Except Ajax, no other program requires the local host. Then how to execute the program through localhost? We have to open the command prompt. You can open normal command prompt just here, accessories, then system tools. What is that? Okay, here itself, command prompt. Accessories command prompt. Once open that, go to which folder? C colon Angular JS 6am folder. Then node http server.js. We have to give the command node http server.js. There is a file already we have created, http server.js file. That program will start executing. And it is saying server started at port number 8080. Now we have to go to the browser. In the browser, we have to give the URL http colon / localhost 8080. This path is equal to this folder, current working folder. In this current working folder, which file is available for us? Index.html file. That file name we have to provide. Then it will make a request to index.html file. See, it works through the server. See, we have got hello from server at so and so time. It's working now. But did you notice actually just for say, a small moment, just maybe for half second, it will display please wait message. Observe carefully. It's very small time actually. Just for a very small moment, here it is displaying a please wait message. Immediately within less than a second, it is being replaced by the hello from server message. Check it again. So I think you may don't identify, but it's very small time. Within just a small time, just for a half second or less than half second, it is displaying a message. Please wait message. The process is first we have assigned a please wait only. So here what is the output? Please wait only displayed. But immediately we are making a request, and then after okay, once you make a request here on the server side, this part will execute. What this part will do, it will receive the request at this address, and it will provide the response hello from server at so and so time. Okay, this response is coming to the client. Here what function is being received in that? This one. This function will receive that. Then this response.data will represent that message. Whatever you send here, hello from servers at so and so time, right? This message will come to which one? Response.data. That response data is being updated into MSG. Then you will get the final output. Already existing please wait will overwrite with latest output. What is that? Hello from server at so and so time. That response will be finally appear to user. Okay, this is the process. Now, in order to identify this, we can do one thing. We can keep this coordinate button. When we click on the button only, I want to make request to this one. So what will I try to do? We can just say like $scope dot btn click. I just keep this code inside a function, btn click function. That means what? When we click on the button only, this function should execute. And let's create a button also. Send request mgclick equal to which function you want to call? btn click. When the user clicks on this button only, I'm making a request to the server. So what is the process here? First, the page opens, and once we click on the button, As per this information, it will just make it will call the btn click function. In this function, we are making a request to get data. On the server side, this process will execute. Some response will come. This response will automatically come back to F1. You're thinking that directly from here it will go to F1. No, it's not that. This statement will make a request to server. On the server side, this message will be sent as a response. Then that response will be received by which one? F1. Exactly, this response variable is represented in the data whatever received. That will be updated into MSG. Now we can check there. When you refresh the page, just only index.html and angular.js files are only loaded. We are not making a request to get data notice here. These are the requests. Okay, only two requests. There is no request of get data. Once you click on the button only, we are making a request to get data. Now we can notice here below, make a request here. So if you click on this, you will find more information. That is, you made a request to this address, and what is the response we have got? This one, hello from server at so and so time. This message is represented as response.data that is updated into MSG. That's why it is being displayed here. You can notice here below we have given MSG, right? So that message will be appear. So this is a simple example actually. But in real-time applications, what happens based on the input what you have entered, corresponding message will come. Just a search example. Based on the search text box value only, the corresponding results have to be displayed. So then what to do? Let's create one text box. Okay, so we have a text box, and after typing some value in the text box, I will click on search button, and some data is coming. That data would be in the form of some array. Some list of values are coming as an array. So that data I'm receiving here, and I'm printing them through ng repeat. What this ng repeat will do? This ng repeat will execute the tag once for one item. Suppose in the list of search results array, we have some 10 elements. So 10 times the LA tag has to be repeated. So we are giving ng repeat equal to some item in results. In each time I'm going to display item. So here results, we have an array called results, and when the user clicks on this button, we are making a request to btn click function, and in this function we are making a request to get data, and we are getting some array. That array has to be assigned into which one? Results. That's all about this. This is the client side program. On the server side, let's make some changes. That is, we have the data. Okay, we have the data. Okay, this is what this list of banks only, and based on the given character, I want to find out the matching bank names. Matching banks called array. Then a for loop is required where I equal to 0, I less than banks, I plus plus. Then if banks of I dot index of search value is received. Okay, just a minute. Okay, this is related to Node.js program. Just don't confuse about this. Okay, in the client side, we are passing search str equal to that value $scope dot str. Okay, the text box value we are going to pass as argument here. We are going to pass the query string argument, that is search str equal to that text box value. That value will come here, and we have to find out that q dot search str is greater than or equal to 0. Then we have to add the value to matching banks. Matching banks dot push of banks of I. So based on such text box value, we are adding the value to the array, and that array has to be given as response. Matching banks. Then that data will be received here. Okay, fine. So now let's stop this program and run this. Node http server.js. So don't forget to give this command node http server.js. Then we can refresh the program. I'm just giving some character yes. Okay, no response. Just a moment. Okay, see, we got the array. Which of the character type, only that matching data will come. In Mahindra IND is there now. And it is a case sensitive by default. To make it non-case sensitive, just you can give two lowercase okay. Now it is not a case sensitive. So whatever type there, it is just ignoring the case. Okay, so like this we are able to create the Ajax applications. So any doubts in this Ajax totally?
No doubt.
Okay, so you can also go through the video once again. If you have any doubts, you can ask me later. Okay, so that's all. I'm going to stop the class for now. For a few days, I will take 1 hour class, 6 to 7. Later, I will make it 1.5 hour. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Harsha.